Hey folks, it is Larry Schaefer here, and I am standing in my tasting room here in beautiful Los Olivos, showing off the two wines that are part of the current offering here on Casemates. These are both 2016 whites. Now you're thinking, gosh, 2016, that's got to be a quote-unquote old bottle. Well, it's an aged bottle, but it's certainly not an old bottle, my friends. So the two wines that are being featured are my 2016 Grenache Blanc and my 2016 Verbiage Blanc. The Verbiage Blanc is a blend, as you can see here, of Roussanne, Grenache Blanc, and Marsanne. So it's about 2/3 Roussanne and Marsanne and about 1/3 Grenache Blanc. The Roussanne and Marsanne give this wine this beautiful, beautiful unctuous texture. And also you can see a pretty deep amber color. And then the Grenache Blanc gives it great acidity to balance that. And then the Grenache Blanc on its own. This has been one of my stellar wines. I've been producing Grenache Blanc since 2006. This one is pretty special. It's a blend of two different sites. One gives great acidity and the other gives wonderful texture. These are both wines that are more kind of contemplative whites. They're not like porch pounder whites that a lot of maybe the offers on Casemates are. They're whites that have incredibly complex aromatics and texture. They're whites that you need to sit with for a while to kind of understand. They're not bright, fruity wines. That's not their intent. They do certainly have fruit, but they're going to err more on the stone fruit rather than like the bright citrus. But what marks both these bottles are their texture. They're really unctuous, wonderful, full-bodied. Some will call them creamy, some will call them buttery, but in essence, they're just fully textured. Both were fermented and aged in older oak, French oak, 6+ year old French oak barrels, and they were aged for about 18 months, never taken off their lees. So the dead yeast cells were kept with the wines, and that actually acts as a sink for SO2, meaning I have to add less SO2. And they now have been in bottle for about 5 years. And again, that might seem like a long time, but with Rhone white varieties, their texture increases over time, and that's kind of what you want to see in these things. So again, these are not quote-unquote closeout wines whatsoever. They're actually still relatively current vintage for me, and they're still drinking beautifully. And I'm really excited to share them with you. This will be the last of this vintage, most likely. So I would jump on these, get them, and enjoy them with family and friends for a completely different experience. Thank you guys very much. Looking forward to being an active part of the day. Cheers.